Yo, wanna hear something? That's right. Wanna hear something cool? Okay, this is how I do. Capture it. Loop apart. Cut it out. Pitch it. Add some effects to it. Then you just have some fun with it.
This is SYRSA. He's an independent Swedish musician, artist, animator, writer, and game developer who started creating content as early as 2009. Primarily known for his electronic music, drawings, game, and flash animations, the vast majority of his works are made in service to a fictional sci-fi universe he calls Terrahypt. With a library of drawings with descriptive passages, a work-in-progress book, and over 500 music compositions, some of which went viral in the early 2000s, the future for him and his stories seemed full of opportunities. Despite this, it is highly unlikely that you've ever heard the name SYRSA or any of his other aliases. While he does cater to a more niche audience with his main content, he has touched fame outside his bubble with much bigger communities and was an early content creator that frequently uploaded quality content. So what happened? Why does he and his community seem so underground? Today, I'll be going over SYRSA's art, as well as touching on the string of events that led to the rise and fall of his internet presence. It's quite the fanbase with a lot of history, so I'll do my best to do it justice, as well as giving my 2 cents every now and then. Anyways, let's find out who this guy is together, starting from the beginning. SYRSA has gone through several names, but his first alias was Rucalis. As early as 2007, SYRSA was already at work building a fictional sci-fi world called Terrahypt. Having had ideas for this world since he was 15 years old and maybe earlier, SYRSA continued to build on it as he grew up. Generally using a darkish green palette, kind of reminiscent of The Matrix, his primary subjects for drawings are ships, environments, and largely endowed alien creatures. I can't show some of this on YouTube, obviously. While his art isn't the most technical, he makes up for it in originality. The unique names, the characters, the detailed lore, and especially the music adds this level of wonder and awe to his alien world. The vast majority of his musical tracks don't have an associated drawing with them, but the audio by itself is exciting in its own right, and sometimes even has flavor text, leaving much to the imagination. I'll just be honest about some of his works. There's kind of a fetishistic undercurrent in some of these, but I have no way of confirming or denying the intentions behind these, so yeah. Why do so many of these characters have massive chests? And why is there sometimes a weird focus on stomachs or eating? I don't know, just thought I'd warn you. Anyways, there isn't a simple streamlined story or anything to Terrahypt, but it's more so SYRSA slowly adding different set pieces, events, biomes, and characters that often reference to or interact with each other. His DeviantArt and fandom Wikipedia have really detailed stuff like timelines, family trees, biology, and even anatomical structures of his creatures. And again, all this slowly builds on itself as he adds more and more. If you're invested, there's really no shortage of content. I won't dig that much deeper since I'm just looking at the big picture, but it's one hell of a rabbit hole if you're interested. As for non-Terrahypt related content, he did what a lot of early 2000s content creators did: YouTube poop and flash animations. Things like this. They don't really make it like they used to, huh? Unfortunately, a lot of the content from this era is missing. Rucalis was deleted due to copyright issues. I wasn't able to find a specific video or thing that had triggered it, but what I do know is that this will come back into play later in this video, so... Anyways, a few relics were recovered though, and they're about the quality you'd expect. A lot of these animations combine memes with elements of his own original stuff, like with this reoccurring circle character thing. Memes, which SYRSA has a deep, deep love for, will also prove to be extremely useful for his growth, which we'll get to in a bit. Regardless, it's hard to assess the happenings of this era with such little information available. So let's move on to the 3 accounts that replaced Rucalis: Scoutolite, SYRSA Music, and Dutvutan. The making of these 3 YouTube channels marks the beginning of SYRSA's major growth and notoriety. Each one served a different purpose. Scoutolite focused on Team Fortress 2 content, SYRSA Music focused on uploads of his music, and Dutvutan focused on Terrahypt lore building videos, various flash animations, providing updates for his audience, and other miscellaneous things. While it's unclear whether these channels were made in reaction to Rucalis' deletion, or if he'd already had them for a long span of time, what is clear is that each of them drew in different crowds, but all of them were inevitably coming for him. Scoutolite fans loved SYRSA's TF2 memes, animations, and music. Considering the sheer amount of people that are extremely dedicated to the game back then and to this day, the pool of people this channel alone drew from likely brought in the most unique viewers that would have never known of SYRSA otherwise. Plus, TF2 memes seem to transcend TF2 itself. SYRSA Music fans loved SYRSA's fast, upbeat electronic music. While this channel perhaps didn't draw in as many people as the other 2 did, it still was embraced by those that enjoyed Terrahypt's soundscape and by those that just like good music. Considering the literal hours of music uploaded on this channel, fans waiting for new videos from Scoutolite or Dutvutan had this place to check out to continually get fresh content. Plus, it seemed like outputting music for SYRSA didn't take an excessive amount of time and served as a different kind of creative outlet of sorts. An outlet for stuff like fart music. Why is he like this? Dutvutan fans loved SYRSA's original projects and his Terrahypt universe. It should be emphasized that it's sometimes a daunting challenge to get an audience to be invested in something completely original, which is something a lot of artists run into as a problem. For example, small, local bands will realize this with the reception of playing popular cover songs versus their own music. Original works can be a hard sell, but once a person buys into it, the excitement of being one of the earliest fans of something few people know about is euphoric. It gave Terrahypt lore background, music videos, and really ambitious projects. Regardless, you probably should have a better feel of how nicely spread out SYRSA was with his content. Each channel branches out to new viewers as well as feeds those that stick around for his original stuff. Creatively, I imagine he had a lot of directions he could jump into, and if he ever got bored of one thing, he'd play with the next. I don't know if it was deliberate, but having this strategy for marketing one's brand, as well as giving yourself a lot of things to play with, seems pretty smart. Alright, while I did touch on each channel, I want to actually dive into their substance. What was SYRSA specifically, tangibly doing in each of these channels? Let's take a look.
Now this is a knife. G'day!
We can first start with Scoutolite. As I said before, Scoutolite primarily focused on Team Fortress 2 content. For those that don't know, Team Fortress 2 is a multiplayer game with a bunch of silly characters that shoot each other. The gameplay, the voice lines, the level design, the comedy, a ton of detail and love went into this one game, forming a highly dedicated community around it. At this time, SYRSA had learned that Valve had released Source Filmmaker, a 3D computer graphics software tool for creating animated films. Something actually cool he did, as opposed to this, was sampling voice lines from TF2 to make music. Sampling is the act of capturing segments or pieces of sound from other media and using them for creative purposes. This process is nothing new to SYRSA. He's done it a ton in the past with previous songs, which is exactly how something beautiful formed. All of that practice making music, all that time sampling, all that experience memeing in TF2, all of it coalesced into SYRSA's single most popular piece of art he's ever made, of which nothing has yet to surpass. To this day, in the year 2024, older players from the TF2 community still remember it fondly from simpler times. The song is called
Surprise! But sex, but sex, but sex, but
I mentioned it in passing, but now seems like a good time to really emphasize this. SYRSA's music is awesome. I personally think it's his best type of content, bar none, and it doesn't even come close. The beats go hard, the melodies are catchy, and his ability to find musicality out of stupid sounds is unhinged, but I'm here for it. Surprise Butt Sex is the accumulation of his efforts manifested in a stupid meme that went viral. Virality in 2012 territory was a big deal. Anything that got over 1 million views was absolutely bonkers back then, especially considering how fewer people were on the internet, much less YouTube. This song had hit the jackpot. Random channels started making cover songs, remix songs, music videos, Osu charts, and many terrible animations. Some of these covers and remixes were even made as recently as 2023, so the song still lives rent-free in people's brains. SYRSA would ride this wave by going on to compose several more TF2 related tracks, along with complementary drawings and animations. And while these weren't nearly as popular, they still received plenty of love. Having said all that, the real kicker here about Surprise Butt Sex is that it's not even the original. Surprise Butt Sex is a remix of an original piece SYRSA wrote for Terrahypt. The piece is called Yonk, which has the exact same tune and energy minus the silly voice lines. The music's original purpose was centered around a character from Terrahypt and was supposed to add to the lore of his world. As funny and catchy as Surprise Butt Sex is, the unfortunate reality is that the meme overshadowed SYRSA's original works by a significant margin. Generally speaking, artists like for their posted works to be seen and enjoyed, but there's something to be said about the feelings an artist can get from massive virality on one particular thing they've created. I describe it as both euphoric and dreadful. As initially awesome as it is when something goes viral, life goes on and you make more art, which is good, but there's a part of you that feels bothered. You can't help but compare your new original works to your more successful, perhaps memey previous works. Why aren't there more views, more comments? Is there something wrong with the new stuff? How do I make something popular like that again? Despite the influx of new people subscribing to Scoutalite, as well as his other channels, I can imagine that these were the questions SYRSA asked himself. I have no hard proof of that, but at some point, he just stopped making content. No TF2 animations, no songs, no remixes, just nothing. Anyways, that's Scoutalite. Mostly fun stuff with a bit of a depressing end, but still good. Let's look at one of the other channels that was running alongside this time period. Next stop, SYRSA Music. SYRSA Music is pretty self-explanatory with its purpose. This channel served as the dumping grounds for the insane amount of music SYRSA pumped out. I'm not sure what his upload rate was, but it seemed like he was producing music faster than any uploads he did on any of the other channels. Most of his music is loosely categorized into albums, although it's more likely they were organized that way in post, with each one following a somewhat cohesive theme. Here's a look at the albums he's made in its totality. I'm not going to go through each one because holy crap, look how many there are. Next to each cover is the album playing time length, as well as a short descriptor. Some of these albums go on for hours, plural hours, and it's a crazy impressive accomplishment. You can pause the video here if you want to look at those stats more closely. I don't imagine any of you are going to listen to every single piece here, so I'll point to a few of the best. The massive album called SYRSA has a lot of tracks that consist of upbeat dance music, and one of the coolest tracks on here is Toffler, which is about a gunsmith who created the strongest firearms in the world and was killed by his own weapons. Another great one is called Finally Free, which has this sick dubstep beat to it. The Phasmia album generally has light and slower music, with my favorite track being Escasia, which sounds like a piece from a unique, bright viol. Lucan isn't as bright, but has an addicting, unique sound to it. The Alnetta album has some tracks that sound like they're straight out of Metroid, my favorite being the Cyrothilian track. It has this atmospheric, otherworldly feel to it that I just love. The Rusturda album is the stuff of absolute nightmares, especially the track Nug. It is some of of the best alien cosmic horror I've heard wrapped in audio form. Just a fantastic, scary atmosphere. The RMX and albums consist of remixes or mimi, less serious music that generally sample random noises. I personally really like the track since I first discovered it in middle school in like 2010. Imagination, another track, is probably definitely offensive. This is how it starts.
What? Do I sound like a retard? Yeah, but that doesn't prove that I am a retard.
It's bad, but it demonstrates SYRSA's greatest strength in manipulating the most innocuous sounds. I probably should have mentioned this, but SYRSA is kinda edgy sometimes. Sorry. If you check out any of SYRSA's stuff by the end of this video, go listen to those tracks I gave by name. Some of these tracks are deeply tied with the Terrahypt universe, and the music alone leaves much to the imagination, so it should give you a better idea of not only his musical style, but also his vision for his world. As for the ones not related to Terrahypt, well, it's still good music, mimi or otherwise. It's worth mentioning that SYRSA has stated that everyone has free access to his music. None of it is copyrighted or paywalled, and you can use it for whatever little projects you want. In fact, he's explicitly given out mega upload links to all of his music, and even the FL Studio files that contain all the notes and sounds to his music if anyone wanted to play with his works. Seriously, in a world where everything online gets copyright claimed, this is a blessing. To wrap it up, while arguably the least popular of the big three, for those that really liked his music, it was an endless buffet, and further demonstrated SYRSA's creative abilities. So, yeah, that's the SYRSA music channel. Let's finally look at his third channel, Dutvutan. This is Dutvutan. Arguably, SYRSA's coolest, most time-consuming projects were uploaded here. It mainly consisted of animations of both serious and comedic types, and the announcement of and updates on a game-like project for people to play called Zerahypt. SYRSA's animations at this period had improved since his Scoutalite days. He animated weaponry, buildings, and vehicles. Some of these feel like prototypes for potential games, but they never show up in one, which is honestly a shame. Nonetheless, these little snippets of world-building pieces continue to hint at a bigger world that excited fans of his works. Additionally, as you saw at the beginning of this video and this section, music and animation aligning is something really unique to SYRSA's content. He doesn't make a ton of these type of videos, but they're nonetheless a real treat. While it may not have aged the best compared to other projects today, his most polished animation is this one, called Dune Pirates. The setting takes place in the Majorcan Desert, centering around a character named Alia, who encounters a pair of friendly wanderers on their ship called Lokrat and Hera. After being welcomed aboard, the group is attacked and pursued by Dune Pirates. While frantically fleeing, a sleeping Agru has its alarm set off, awakening and attacking the pirates. After watching in horror, the group safely makes their escape. Pretty simple, but what's cool about this animation, on top of serving as a pseudo music video, is that it gives a glimpse into what happens when different pieces in the Terrahypt world collide. Every proper noun I just used, Majorcan Desert, Alia, Lokrat, Hera, and Agru, were all pre-existing concepts that came together in this short story. In a way, it's a test of concept for the potential Terrahypt had. What other stories or projects could be made from these ideas? Well, all of that bottled up potential actually did lead to something ambitious, and probably SYRSA's biggest project up to date. I mentioned it before, but it's called Zerahypt. Here's SYRSA explaining what it is.
Zerahypt is kind of a fictional factbook, an interactive program of which you can use to explore and interact with this fictional world. I can personally say that this is not a game. It's not supposed to be built as one, no goals, no objectives. So yes, Zerahypt is literally a world viewer that you're being dropped into without guidance, except R and B plus Q.
So, yeah, kind of really ambitious. So ambitious, in fact, that I had very, very, very low expectations for this project, even though almost a decade had passed since its initial announcement. How far did the project go? Does it look and sound anything like the art and music of Terrahypt? I guess we'll see. I downloaded the latest patch of the game and launched it. Okay, I think this is our character. I have some nice abs. Seems to have like a kick, and then there's like a first-person view sort of thing. What the? E makes me sniff? How do I move? WSDF F? Further actions notify? What the hell? I'm typing. There's like a weird typing bubble thing? Weird. Okay. It seems like I'm moving. Wow, that is odd, the way that moves. When I hit A and D, it like rotates my whole vehicle, as opposed to like strafing. So it's kind of like tank controls, I guess. Am I falling? Oh my god. I'm falling. Ooh, left click shooting. I'm flying to my death. The menuing in this game is so bizarre. When you press I, this is how you kind of like navigate around to like look at controls and stuff. I've just never seen that. I would think that like hitting escape would bring this menu up, but instead that's how you exit. Hold down to initiate travel. Alright, okay. Okay, I think I'm going to like another world. Fuck, how do I get rid of my mouse? Ooh. Encidros. This is our first planet. Okay, okay. I do like the vibe of this area. It's got that green sort of atmosphere that is in a lot of SYRSA's drawings. I also noticed that you can zoom the camera like all the way out. Am I still going out? Yeah, I'm still extending out. Question is this all just planes? Is there anything going on? I see a few vehicles. It's a cool structure here. Ah! Oh my god! I didn't fire at you! Oh, out of bounds. Is there anything here? There's a building over there. Our first signs of life. Oh my god. I think I just got shot down. Asshole. So SYRSA said this was supposed to be like sort of like a world viewer, kind of a peek into his world. I guess it would make sense that like most of it is like just flat plains and like scarce buildings and cities. Because that's kind of the vibe I'm getting. Can I ride you? It's a cool car. Oh, we're schmoovin' out, baby. Oh my god, it's an even bigger vehicle. I've definitely seen this thing before. Yeah. We have liftoff, baby. Holy shit. We're going now. But I'm not really sure where I'm flying to, as cool as this is. Something I should have mentioned before is that I did a bit of research on Zerahypt, like the game, before I actually started playing it. And this game is very largely incomplete. The basic gist of it is SYRSA made this game on an older version of Unity, and when Unity updated, the game didn't really transfer that well, and a lot of the data got kind of scrambled, so SYRSA was kind of stuck with an older version of the game. And that put a lot of limitations on what he could do, and so that kind of effed up the potential of the rest of this thing, I guess. So if it seems incomplete, it's probably definitely because it is incomplete. Plus, I don't think he's ever gonna come back to this game. I think he's finished touching it forever, basically. Ooh, crap, I am floating. I'm not liking that everything's a plane, but you know, we're in space. This is kind of par for the course. Maybe there's things out here. I just need to explore a little bit more. I mean, that was the purpose. Oh my god! I was gonna say, this is the purpose of the game, is to explore. I don't think I can get to my ship. Something that's kind of neat is that there's a thing called a service list, and it looks like you can like call things to you. This is the only one that seems to be useful, is like if you get stuck, that's kind of your undo button. I'm kind of seeing like a, I think it looks like it's a ball thing over there, but I don't actually know if that's something I can go to, or if I'm going to hit like an invisible wall or something. I don't know, I'm just gonna hold this for a while and see if I actually go to that planet thing. Am I sinking still? How do I go up? Let's just park the car. Please park! What is down here? Oh my god, I hate space. I can barely walk. Are you a door? Can I go in you? Oh my god, there's no, it's not a real door. Fuck. Let's see what this guy's deal is. Ooh. Oh, left click is accelerate. Interesting. Holy shit. Alright, that's kind of badass. The ship looks pretty good too. It's got a nice sleek design to it. It's kind of fun messing around with, but I'm not really sure where to go. We're just kind of in the deep void. Alright, new area. It's got like a cityscape kind of vibe to it. I mean, so far it feels like this is sort of like a vehicle simulator. To me, it seems like the most exciting part is just like discovering the new vehicles. But it doesn't really feel like there's much going on to the environments, and we're just kind of like traversing on it. But other than that, there's like not too much more. I'm waiting for the game to like really surprise me with something, especially considering how much lore there is with like all like the aliens and like the creatures and the sort of monsters. And so I'm hoping that he implemented some of it at least. Like, this is very cool. But I have a bad feeling it's just gonna be, there's not really going to be anything to it. Like, oh, I can't enter any of these buildings, probably. But maybe there is. Like, I don't know if I'm like missing something. A fast food restaurant. Oh my god, am I in the Mon? Alright, that's actually pretty badass. That the shop is its own ship. I actually kind of love that. See, but like, there's some cool things going on. There's some like cool ideas going on. Like, I want to ride that thing, but I also want to ride this guy. Ooh. Oh fuck, oh fuck. Go! Oh, hi. What? Left mouse button, hold. I am holding the freaking plane. I think I need some help with this game. I think I need to like talk to like a SYRSA himself or like a fan that knows how to run this thing. I feel so stupid right now. Alright, I think I'm going to explore like 2 more planets. What is this? What is this? Is there actually something here? I have seen you before. There's a whole music video about you. Oh, and it even shoots. It's cool to get a feel for like how these things run and the way they sound, but I just don't feel like there's anything to do with these guys. With these vehicles, I mean. It's like I just want to like do something with it. Like an environment to support that. I think I'm stuck. No, I'm good, I'm good. Yeah, I'm gonna explore like one more area or something, and then I think I'll call it. Alright. Completely different area from before. It's like a radio? It is a radio. It's playing spooky sounds. Ooh. Ooh. Is there something out there? What is that? Ew. I have a kick to defend myself. Are you chill? Ah! Yep. Screw this place. Screw this place so much. I think by far this is like the most atmospheric. What the f. I was gonna say this is the most atmospheric place, but now I hear fart sounds. Please let me enter one of you. Oh my god, I can actually enter. Ooh. Oh my god, this is a horror game. This just became a horror game. I don't like this. I am terrible with horror games. I can't read scribbles, man. Oh my god, am I holding it? Please! I don't like this at all. But I actually do, because this is like the first surprise this game has thrown my way so far. Oh god. Oh god, oh god. I don't want to glitch through the wall or something. God damn it. Oh my god, there's atmospheric music. This whole time, there's been like no music in this game whatsoever. I just felt like a chill go down my whole body. I don't like horror games. I don't like horror games. This is what I mean, this is what I wanted. This is what I wanted. I wanted something to happen. This is something that's happening. What are you? SYRSA, what is this? Why? Oh god, I'm holding it. It's like whistling to me. This is like some SCP crap. Is it changing frequencies the more I walk with it? Oh my god. What is down there? Hello? Can I touch you? I'm gonna just put my face in it and see what happens. Okay, you're chill. Oh my god, I thought that was a face for a second. It's just down the hallway. What is happening? Oh my god! I'm going crazy! What the fuck? I died? What was that? Oh my god, I hate this game. Oh my god, is this the pipe thing that I drop? Okay. This is my only companion in this hellhole. Oh my god. Is this an elevator? Oh my god. No! Oh god. No! Where are we going? Oh my god, we went really far down. Buddy! Huh? It's like a bird sound. Hello? Oh my god, where are we? Sorry, buddy, I think you gotta go. I need a car. This is what I wanted! This is like the exploration that I wanted, like something from the Terrahypt world. And we're exploring. This feels like the exploration part that I wanted from this game. Like, how much deeper can I go? Well, that did not lead into anything. This feels like a moment where I kind of wish I knew the Terrahypt lore a little bit better. Because I wonder if there's like a name for this area, or like where we are. But visually, this is awesome. And being able to zoom out this far out, it does give you some sense of scale. You know, there's like a YouTube video, I think it's called like the deepest dive or something, that this place reminds me of. Oh my god, am I out of bounds? Oh, I'm out of bounds. Damn it. It was cool while it lasted. Ooh, I don't think I've been in here before. I keep seeing these things, but I don't know what to do with it. It looks like a collectible or something. Yeah, I can't even kick it. Oh, I can kick it. Oh my god, we're going in so deep in here. How do I turn you off? I don't like you. Oh my, that worked? Ah, oh, still getting chills. I've been in here for like a long time, but I'm still getting chills from this stupid area. Holy crap, what the hell is this? Oh, Jesus. This place does not feel safe. Please get in! I just gotta run. I just gotta run. Oh my god, it's alive. I don't want to touch the weird water thing over there. I don't know if it's just gonna kill me. I'm in so deep, I do not want to die right now. It's my buddy. Come on, come on. Let's go, man. Why am I walking backwards? I think I'm running slower with this thing. I'm sorry, you gotta go. There's like a low hum in the background. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Oh god. What is this? Gun! I can't pick you up! Can I get up you? I think I need like a car or like a plane or something. I think I need to like ask for help. I think I'm gonna actually do that. Just like talk to a fan or something. Oh my god, this was such a cool area. Hello.
Hello there, Kang.
How's it going, Terminator? What should I call you?
Yeah, just Terminator. That's literally my birth name. My parents named me this way. It's really unfortunate. Alright, so the first thing you need to know, hold down right mouse button and hit Q. Put the crosshair over a vehicle and hit Q.
Whoa, holy crap. Okay,
Yes, that is the scanning tool. That is probably the most important thing you need to know in Zerahypt. It allows you to scan things and read about them, and also scanning vehicles will allow you to add them to your summon list.
Oh, that's what,
Yes, vessel list. Now you've got the Posmer DOS L20M in your list, and you can summon it in a different area. There's no reason to summon one here. You've already got one right in front of you.
I guess so.
Turn around and, go back to the house. Oh yeah, by the way, if you, get out... Wait, no, I mean, stay in the vehicle and everything. No, it's getting away! You try to make a catalog of every vehicle, but every time you see a new vehicle, it's a good idea to scan it, so just quickly, like, go bam on those. That is a beige surf. Pick whichever one you like. The beige surf might be faster, but the car is more durable. Up the ramp, and by the way, this entire thing is a giant Zerzik. This is an Ezekiel suburb. Ah, that's the one with the little Gatling gun on it. It's very similar to the one you saw before, but that one has a twin-barreled rotary gun on it instead of a 20mm machine gun.
You really have the game just down pat, huh?
Yes. I've done everything in Zerahypt. But yeah, by the way, the other Zerziks are not actually visible. If you keep going in that direction, you'll go out of bounds.
Gotcha. All
Yeah, that's another one of the unfortunate limitations of the engine he was working with. If he had upgraded it to a better engine earlier in the project's life cycle, I swear, we could have had something even more brilliant. One of the more interesting goals in this game is, like, obviously it's kind of aimless, but finding all of the vehicles and learning all of them and all their quirks and everything, that's one of the, like, the best parts of Zerahypt by far. Did you ever try calling your Zerzik? Yeah, call the Zerzik. You can bring Parazuka's home ship with you anywhere.
The vehicle you're trying to summon is
there on
already
the
present
map.
in this area. Oh.
It's just a matter of you're not in the right place. It has a predetermined location. There it is. You see it off in the distance there?
That one? The one I'm staring at?
Yep, that's it. That's your,
Oh, wow.
Yes, that's your Zerzik. So what you're gonna want to do, open up your, service menu again, and hit, call Septopod, and now drive a sort of a distance away from the Zerzik. And your personal pod will, you can already see it, it will come down to meet you.
That is very cool. I feel like the only way you can know this is if you know the lore, which I think is actually kind of sick.
And, like, look straight up, and that will angle the vehicle upwards, and you can fly up.
Oh my god.
There you go.
Okay.
You see the door right on the, to the left of the moving platform? You can walk up to that door, and, I mean, I'm gonna assume you've already figured out how to operate the Zerzik.
I didn't know you could operate it, period.
Yeah, it's a vehicle. That's the other cool thing. This game has a really interesting emphasis on every vehicle being a physical object that you can walk around on. And there's a backpack and a helmet and a gun there for you. You might take the backpack. That's a good thing to have.
Okay, I couldn't figure out how to... This is such a... I couldn't figure out how to pick things up. I know how
hold
to...
Hold down right-click and hit R while looking at the object.
Right-click and R. That seems strangely not intuitive.
Yeah, nothing is intuitive.
Did SYRSA have like a team with him working on this?
No, he's a one-man show. I think somebody else might have like helped him with some of his earlier code, but as far as I can tell, it's pretty much all him. Yeah, now sit in your control seat and hit W.
Holy.
Yup. It's a vehicle. Now hit H.
That's my horn.
Yep, that's the horn.
What do you think is your favorite piece of like art that SYRSA's made?
I mean, Zerahypt as a whole is pretty cool. I'd say it's probably the largest project he ever made. It's just a shame if his programming skills had been better, or maybe he had been a bit wiser with his decisions. This could have been an even bigger thing. Oh no, you were holding down S when you got out of it, weren't you?
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's gonna run away from you. Oh, but the good news is, it's kind of turning around.
Please.
It looks like it's kind of looping around in circles. Also, you don't want to mash E because if you do, you'll get right back out as soon as you get in.
No!
You're about to approach the military base as slowly as you can. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's the other way to slow down on a base surface, just kind of hold, Alright, now, hit F, then E, then type Overseer Parazuka. There you go. And give it a minute, give them a moment to process you, and once they tell you that you're allowed to enter, then you can enter without being shot. And yeah, that rifle right there, that is probably the best rifle in the game.
Wow, this makes the game look completely different, with like a gun in the bottom right corner.
That gigantic battlecruiser, you can fly that.
Alright, we have liftoff.
Yeah, hit H.
Holy crap. That is so sick.
So, open up your services menu, and hit Call Emergency Tools. You should see a little thing that looks vaguely like a missile heading towards you. But don't worry, it's not a missile, probably. There it is.
Oh, wow.
Walk up to it and hit E.
It's like this?
No, I mean like hold down R on the little notice. And now proceed to Dark Keegan. Yeah, there you go. A good old-fashioned cannon for you. Is that sufficient firepower?
Not really. Once again, SR2 is better.
Oh yeah, I saw this. I didn't know what to do with it.
You don't do anything with it.
I assume, yeah.
You can scan it, or you can obliterate it with a 40mm cannon. I'm impressed that you managed to find Noog on your own in your first playthrough. It took me a while to find it.
Yeah, it was just blind wandering.
That's
really,
what Zerahypt is about, a lot of blind
cool.
wandering.
Yeah, it was very cool discovering that on my own. Because I felt like I was entering a world that I wasn't supposed to be in.
Lore-wise, it is a forbidden region. Like, you're literally not allowed to be in there.
I forgot there's a little wooden modus in this region. Oh no,
Yeah.
It's an Utkin.
Alright, it's gone.
Hey, you wanna just drive through that? Also, it's not gone.
It's
You
not
see
gone?
that distortion? That was you dying.
Yeah, I've gotten killed by that thing before. It was really terrifying.
Yes, those things are actual nightmare fuel. Those are one of the only really truly scary things that SYRSA made. That and Puke Neck.
I mean, this and this area has been horrifying. This whole Dark Keegan area.
You may have noticed little pieces of paper blowing around in the wind. Whenever you see one of those, do your best to scan it with the right mouse button plus Q thing. Alright, now you're in third-person view again, and you've just discovered the most obscure and well-hidden, actually really well-thought-out and well-developed little town in the entire game.
Yeah, welcome to Hjordis. And yes, that is its fucking name, for some reason. Hjordi's not seen enough.
So once you decide to go into the big spooky cave, the cave is called a Knoog, by the way.
Oh, it's so spooky, man.
Let's just say there's a reason that area is boarded up. You can see that there was actually a decent little bit of the city that got quarantined here. Like an entire, like those overhanging buildings. Try to get up over the balcony.
Again, this really feels like I should not be here. I think that's a very cool feeling.
Yeah, I mean, it's very intentional. You're really meant to feel like you're not supposed to be here because you're not. It's quarantined. The cabinet.
Oh my god.
The most important thing in the game. That was like a big meme when he implemented it. He was like, oh, by the way, I added a cabinet, and everybody was like, funny cabinet.
I thought I was better at horror games, man.
Never trust a fart.
Chill.
Oh, come on, he didn't put any lore in that thing? Yes, that is the thing that spawns the Pukins from.
Was that everything in this area?
Yeah.
That's about it, okay.
It would have been really, you know, come to think of it, he should have put a jump scare in here.
I'm shocked he didn't, because I this whole time I've been so on edge. I don't know if you can tell.
Yeah, I can tell you were like shitting yourself the entire time because like he really should have put a jump scare in there. It's almost sacrilege that he didn't. Over to your right, you'll see the main city. Oh yeah, that's another thing. If you're gonna play this game, be prepared to be really disappointed by all of the missed frickin' potential, of which there is a lot. Man, it would have been so neat if he had NPCs in this.
Yeah, doesn't seem like it's what he wants to do anymore, though.
He was pretty upset at the time, trust me.
Because again,
but the good
like,
news
look
is
how
that
cool this is. Like, I'm just like,
yeah,
taking
I know,
it
right?
in.
It's so cool. I don't know. It's both really deserving of criticism in a lot of areas, but it's so cool, and there's potential brilliance in this. Never let it be said that he was not dedicated to his craft. All right, there you go.
We're here. We are here. I remember I desperately tried to get this thing to work. I could not get it to work.
That car, it's broken, but like I said, if you scan it, you can. Yeah.
We're getting fast approaching the spot where I ran all of this by foot, which was stupid. But I also didn't know any better. I didn't know anything about this game. Awesome. Right.
Auto gun.
Okay. This is all uncharted territory for me now.
You can't go beyond there.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my god, so I did all this for nothing.
And then that happened.
I thought there was gonna be stuff beyond there. That's why I did that whole thing.
You got the gun.
That's that area. That's everything for that area. Got it.
Oh yeah, by the way, one other thing that is pretty cool. This is a wiki.
Oh. Oh, wow.
You can type in like little things about the lore on that screen and it'll tell you about them. So like if there's ever a thing like, say, Tig or Targnil or Dutvutan or Scythus that you're interested in reading about, you can type it in on there and it'll display wiki pages. Let's say that he had transferred it over to the bigger Unity that would have supported more memory. You know what I think would have been the coolest shit ever? Him just making this entire game into one enormous map. Man, how cool would that have been?
Yeah, it's like all that distance feels that much more real.
Spawn the Septorilus Cursor. Now, Agrian Express. Everybody's got their favorites, and there are a few decidedly meta vehicles for combat.
Is that my thing?
Yeah. Go up to it. So it's opening up. Yep, there you go. You're already getting the hang of the vehicle handling.
Yeah, a little bit.
All right. And your vehicle has been delivered.
Cool.
Now, approach it from the rear, because that's where the door is.
I just want to watch this for a second. Oh my god, that's so cool.
Yeah, it is. It's super cool, isn't it? Yeah, that is one of the fastest vehicles in the game.
I'm trying to remember where that little entrance was.
Yeah, there it is.
I did find it. Okay, cool. That is very
All
easy
right.
to miss.
It is extremely easy to miss. And walk up to the phone booth, hit E, hit F then E, and then hit type 1 and hit enter. And then FE again. I would like 2 carriers.
I don't know how anyone would have known to do this.
You wouldn't. You literally just have to know these things. And then hit FE again and type yes, enter. There are specific things that have to be said to specific NPCs to get specific things that you want. Alright, so you've now attached 2 carriers to your Zerzik fleet. Now drive into the hole.
Okay, I'm ready, but also totally not. Fuck, I'm like actually kind of excited.
Yeah, trust me, like, nothing is gonna prepare you for how completely nuts what is down there is. You also might want to hold down shift to slow your descent a little bit.
Or else I'm just gonna crash.
Or maybe space? It's either shift or space.
I'm holding
I don't
left
know.
shift?
Welp, here you are.
Where the hell am I? Am I, like, under the desert?
Yes. This is the inner workings of the Zerzik. Of the entirety of Terrahypt.
Oh my
You didn't think it was solid, did you? It has machines down here to keep things maintained. You know how when an NPC dies, it sinks into the sand?
Oh, I thought that was just a glitch.
No. You see that worm thing over there? The thing that's kind of like grasping at the ceiling?
Eldritch.
Don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot. Yeah.
I didn't know! I just saw worms!
No, it was an Agrian machine. Its purpose is to suck things up from the surface that are derelict and recycle them. When you fired your gun, did you notice the, like, red lights lighting up all over the ceiling?
I did, I didn't know what that was.
Each one of those is its own little turret, and if you go to the locations of the red lights, you can see the turrets.
That's firing at me.
And the coolest thing is, if you stay around for long enough, you'll actually see a little ship come to pick up one of the 2 canisters from the bottom of that thing.
Jesus Christ. That's like an excessive amount of polish that no one would notice. Unless...
Yeah, in spite of the amount of jank, Zerahypt is also very polished. It's both at the same time. It's kind of incomprehensible. It's whack, but man, again, if it isn't just the coolest shit ever.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Isn't this entire area just the coolest thing, though?
Is it worth going down one of these highways?
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing really on them. I'd say the only thing really to do on them is, like, scan vehicles that are there. Right.
This is such a cool shot.
Yeah, it is.
So yeah, did you have anything else you wanted me to find before I go to sleep? It's almost... I literally have work tomorrow as well, which...
I'm gonna say it's probably safe to call it here.
Okay.
Yeah, there's not really much.
No, I appreciate the guide, the tour guide of Terrahypt. I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm tired.
Yes.
Alright,
Have a good night.
Good night.
You too.
Alright, bye-bye. Alright, I think that wraps up the gameplay section for Zerahypt. It's hard to get a read whether this is like a good or bad game. It's mostly just like incomplete. But you can tell there's a lot of time put into this game, even though it's not like perfect by a long shot. But yeah, that pretty much wraps up the non-scripted section of the video. Let's see what SYRSA does beyond this project, 2012 onward. Alright, goodbye! 2012 onward. What do we got going? What kind of content was SYRSA making? Did he collaborate with other creators? Maybe he started a team of fans to work on other ideas or something? What happened next? Well, nothing. Nothing happened next because all 3 channels were deleted off YouTube. Yeah. Earlier in the video, I mentioned that Rucalis, SYRSA's first channel, was deleted due to copyright issues. Dutvutan was apparently created using that same email. YouTube, upon discovering that an email associated with a taken down YouTube channel had a new one, decided to strike again. After a few years of its lifespan, Dutvutan was no more. This was obviously devastating to SYRSA. Dutvutan was the main hub to his best content, the place he spoke to his audience, and the center for his most active, passionate fans. And now, it was just gone. While a lot of those videos that were on that channel were re-uploaded and restored by other people, it really just wasn't the same. Something that particularly stings is the loss of the comment section. We'll never know the extent of people's excitement or indifference or any reaction towards his stuff in the years preceding 2012, and that sucks. What's also lost is the legacy value those videos held. There's something kind of awesome about legacy videos that are over 10 years old. YouTube's algorithm has a strange way of resurfacing old media and introducing random people to them, but with Dutvutan's deletion, that wasn't possible anymore. It doesn't end there though. Around 2012, SYRSA made the decision to delete Scoutlight. While SYRSA's the only one who truly knows why he deleted it, it's been highly speculated that it was because he hated the channel's notoriety. Team Fortress 2 content was not what he wanted to be known for, and yet for a lot of people, it was all he was known for. To get a frame for reference, there is a re-upload of Surprise Butt Sex that was made in early 2012, and it has 7.5 million views. One can only imagine what number the original would have had at this point, but again, notoriety from TF2 content was not what SYRSA wanted. Scoutlight's deliberate deletion marked his first major bridge burn with a series/fanbase that brought him so much publicity. With Dutvutan and Scoutlight gone, his presence on YouTube had drastically dropped. I say that despite SYRSA Music's continued lifespan. This channel had the least amount of followers amongst the big 3, and now it was all he had left. And so, between the years of 2013 to 2022, this channel had taken over as the main base of operations. Over time, SYRSA actually grew back a good chunk of his following, rebranding to just SYRSA. Primarily uploading music and Zerahypt updates, things seemed to be going okay. Things were good. That is, until 2022. SYRSA held a live stream. There's no recording of it, but in it, apparently he was opening up to his audience. He essentially stated that he was tired of trying to be a YouTuber. He felt that over the years, his art had suffered by trying to be appealing to his fans. He wanted to step away from the spotlight and instead create art for himself. He said that he wanted to tend to his mental health and spend more time with his family and really just change who he was. He felt like he needed to do this. Having Having said all that, his decision was made. He turned off the live stream and deleted SYRSA. It's bittersweet. On one hand, it's awesome that SYRSA wanted to improve his life and was happy to forfeit years of work on his channels to make that happen, but on the other hand, there is no undoing this decision. A lot of his own fans thought he was being stupid. Even I think he's stupid for deleting them. He could have just left them alone. Give the username and password to a friend or something, so at least he could have a place on the internet for people to still enjoy, but no. These deletions mark some of the bigger grievances the community had with him. Rukalis and Dutvutan's deletions were forgivable offenses. It was a stupid copyright and email mistake he couldn't have predicted. Scoutalite and SYRSA music being deliberately deleted? Not as easy to let slide. To side with SYRSA for a second, there's a quote a friend gave me that I completely agree with. He said, "Artists don't owe their fans anything. There could be mutual appreciation and support, but there is no inherent obligation or debt owed, assuming it's not a commission. The artist is free to do what he will with his work, even destroy it." SYRSA doesn't have to post anything online if he feels like it. And as much as it sucks if you're a fan, it was never your intellectual property anyways. We're all just consumers that gathered together. But regardless of perspectives, this left a bitter taste in a lot of fans' mouths, and left them kind of primed to be frustrated with anything else that went wrong in the community due to SYRSA's actions. This finally leads us to the sort of backdrop and backbone of everything we've been talking about up to this point. While looking at SYRSA's art and the fan reactions to said art gives us a general view of how things are, I wanted to talk about SYRSA the person and the community. The real community. Let's take a look. This is Benjamin, also known as SYRSA. He's a 32-year-old Swedish man that has some level of autism. Due to some personal conditions, he doesn't work, which has left him with an ocean of time. This is essentially how he output as much Terrahypt content as he did, and he kept himself busy with it. Over the years, as his fanbase grew around their love for his art, people slowly got to know Benjamin as a person. They learned his personality, his quirks, and this allowed him to be more vulnerable with his fans, more open, and make genuine friendships with them. It felt like people got to know the real him. This, however, came with a catch. Benjamin has an ego problem. It's a conclusion that a lot of people came to realize when they saw how he reacted to various criticisms. The clearest example of this comes from a popular streamer named Vinesauce. SYRSA had been messaging him to play Zerahypt when it was still in its early stages. The stream went about as well as it could.
I'll just go ahead and say that I'm not a big fan of the flight controls. We'll go there. Maybe there's something to do. Oh man, jiggling so hard right now. I've given no indication on what to do or where to go. Trying to go by that old saying, if you don't have anything good to say. Okay, I hear farts. Truck stuck. Truck stuck. The antennae are getting stuck. Oh my god. All buttons have been pressed. This one is, however, stuck on a bench. Very touchy flight controls. Please finish your games before you send them to me, guys. So, what now? Why is the camera locked like this? No, we're not doing viewer requests ever again. It strikes me as a well put together tech demo, which I would prefer to avoid in the future. I think I'm done here.
It wasn't until the VOD was uploaded that Benjamin really got cooked in the comment section. My problem stems from SYRSA's attitude in the comments here. If he just accepted criticism in the comments, then that would be fine, but alas, he attacked anyone that was giving him criticism. He's a pretty decent artist, and he has big ideas. Because of this, it appears that he believes he's an amazing person in the comments, or at least he is definitely portraying himself as such. You have treated many of the people here like they are scared of your work, or just aren't smart enough to understand what you create, rather than having differing tastes. You've put too much focus on the idiots who just want to insult you, and are grouping the constructive and critical people in with the jerks. That's the real problem. Yeah, I think you got the idea. These comments were, of course, in response to replies that SYRSA had made, but all of them are now deleted, except for a few screenshots that I'd been given. These responses give an idea of how he spoke, nonetheless. But okay, that was in 2015. Maybe he's improved more recently? In June 2019, Openhaven, an extension of Benjamin's official server, was made explicitly to avoid criticisms after he got into an argument with a fan after they brought up a design flaw with one of his fictional creature's hip joints. After the spat, Benjamin told them to make an alternative fan Discord server so they could keep their grievances there. Yeah, I'm keeping it generally vague, but the fan-to-creator interactions seem to sometimes get really heated for nothing. Listen, I get it though. From the fan perspective, I can imagine the frustration of seeing an obvious flaw that isn't tended to, even when all the reasons are presented. It's like, what the hell? Do you want to get better and improve your stuff and yourself? Can your fragile ego not handle being wrong? On the other hand, I also understand the creator's perspective. It is frustrating to be inundated by critiques from people that you've never met before, trying to challenge your vision of something. Even if the critique is correct, seeing enough of it will make you feel incompetent or paralyzed, or in Benjamin's case, angry. I see that perspective too. Regardless of whether this is an issue of boundaries, ego, or bickering, this messy infighting was not an environment conducive to productivity, growth, or the community's health. I've heard from several members that this is a reoccurring pattern of behavior that can be summarized like this. 1. Get into an argument about Terrahypt or something stupid. 2. Quote, have a meltdown. 3. Wait for things to calm down. 4. Repeat. Yeah, not good. There's been a lot of talk about Benjamin's mental and physical well-being going downhill, which is probably too personal for fans to be prying into. Again, no boundaries or proper moderation on this front. But all of this has resulted in little explosions of drama in the fan base, which has only been detrimental to everyone, old and new fans alike. The biggest example of this actually happened in 2024, this year, concerning the ownership of the official SYRSA Discord. This whole incident involves slinging, yelling, alcohol, lies, deception, and betrayal. SYRSA does and says some really f***ed up, heinous things during this short period, and it's quite frankly disgusting how much he's hurt some people, especially in this moment. I could dig into more specific details and examples, but I've decided not to talk about it here. This video is not a surprise hit piece, and I'm not here to air out all of his dirty laundry. This is not to imply that the community itself is perfect either. In the short time I've been in the official and unofficial Discords, I get the sense of an edgier group with a boys club kind of feel to it. None of it is malicious, I think, but you can kind of tell there's not a real effort to be super inclusive or exclusive either. The culture is as it is. A lot of people initially came to SYRSA for the awesome things he made, including me. It's the music, the animations, the projects, the memes, the unique world of Terrahypt with its spaceships and aliens and stuff. I wasn't expecting a culture where the creator had dramatic fights with his own fans and the environment would be so different than I imagined. So where does that leave us? We got a really creative artist who is potentially mentally unwell with a lot of ideas and who has an inflated head about himself. We have a generally supportive fan base that has slowly grown jaded, frustrated, and less active. And we have us, the outsiders, watching this video, learning about this community, just peering in. Where does this leave us? Well, it leaves us with time to see what'll happen next, because Benjamin made a 5th channel. Originally called Benjamin, but now called SYRSA again, I kinda see this as his form of a mental reset since he had last spoken about making art exclusively for himself and his world alone. For better or worse, it shows. On the channel, he's posted a combination of high and low quality art, music, and memes, but I've seen him stream and rewatch his own stuff, so maybe he really meant it. This channel is really for him. Regardless, the easy takeaway I could say at the end of this video is I love SYRSA's art and I believe in Benjamin. I believe he, with everything he's got, wants to be better. To make art with a humble heart, to create works from the purity of his own desires, and to do his damnedest to show the people he's hurt that his apologies were sincere and that he can change. No more repeating patterns of behavior. I won't say this though. I don't know if I believe he can overcome his ego, or his mental barriers, or himself, because those are hard things to overcome. Instead, what I'll say is, I hope. I hope that in the same way Benjamin is the architect for his fictional world, he can be the same for his life. That he can talk to the right people and mold himself into the person he always wanted to be. I don't know what that means or dare prescribe what it'll take, but I hope. And I hope that he hopes. I hope he hopes that he can overcome his shortcomings, find balance in his life, and be better for it. I could be wrong, but I believe that Benjamin's fans, especially those that stuck around during the craziest times in the community, sincerely want what's best for his health. It could mean stepping away from the internet forever and seeking professional help. It could also mean collaborating with fans and other creators to better materialize a fully finished Terrahypt project. Or it could mean no longer taking art seriously and just having fun with ideas. Whatever route he chooses, the stories of Rucalis, Scoutolite, Dutvutan, SYRSA Music, and Benjamin will forever be this cool, niche, tiny corner on the internet. Anyways, that's all I've got. I need to give a shout out to the lovely people that helped me make this video possible. Azai, Cryptognil, Flashbang Defenshine, Specmanx, Sindoggin, Terminator, Exicon, and ZN. You guys are the best. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. There is no video without your guys' help, so thank you. With that said, I'm gonna head out and start making another video. Until then, I'll see you guys later. Bye.